Ladies and gentlemen, this fireside chat on the topic of the code to tomorrow, shaping the new digital DNA, is going to be moderated on stage by Rahul Kashyap, Executive Director, PRP Group, and he's going to be joined on stage by Dr. S.K. Lohia, former Joint Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. Can I have a huge round of applause for both of them as they join me on stage, please? Ladies and gentlemen, for this fireside chat, the topic is something you have right in front of you, the code to tomorrow, shaping the new digital DNA. Can I have our speakers on stage, please? Thank you so much. Please give both of them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier in the morning here in Delhi, not really morning, actually afternoon, but I still believe the energy can be a lot higher. Thank you so much, sir, and over to you. Yeah, please start, sir.
Thank you, adgully, for organizing this. And I think the topic couldn't be more relevant in the times that we live. And I'm also grateful and obliged that we have amongst us Mr. S.K. Lohia, one of the most illustrious bureaucrats that this country has seen. Somebody who revolutionized how the country should be prepared for the future. In fact, he heralded making the country digitally equipped before the term became fashionable. So, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And it is of great importance that we discuss how the country is going to chart its course for the next century. And the entire world is now saying that this is going to be India's century. And whether we are equipped and prepared for that kind of future that we envision. So I think it is very important to understand that we are going through a phase of transformative change. And the digital technology is leading that change. And I would like to learn from you, sir, from your experience, how this revolutionary change that is taking place will help governance, will help the corporates do their business better, and how the citizens will be more empowered than ever in terms of strengthening democracy. Sir.
Thank you. I think very pertinent question in today's time. How our lives are getting all interconnected through the digital means, and how India has taken the lead in the world with the digital public infrastructure. How we showcase the UPI, which through which India is leading the world. So, when it comes to urban governance or urban planning, so even the concept of smart cities, that is also built on the digital interface as to how technology can be leveraged, how Internet of Things, how AI can be integrated into the urban management, urban planning, how the big data can be used for a lot of planning for urban transport, urban mobility, urban development, master planning of the city. Of course, there was a time when it was believed and it was said that India lives in villages, but since 2005, I would say, the emphasis has come on urban areas, and now the urban areas, they are contributing to about 70% of the gross domestic product of the country. And we are becoming largely service dominated, which is contributing to our GDP. So I think this digital backbone, digital transformation, digital inclusion, and digital public infrastructure. So this is going to pave the way for leapfrogging and India leading the world.
Sir, you brought in the NCMC, the National Common Mobility Card. The urban transport situation completely changed as you foresaw it much earlier. We are living in a digital age, and are we prepared enough for the next 100 years? Because there is also a tussle between the old guard and the new generation. You think we are prepared enough to resolve it?
Well, when we are saying the next century, I think it's a very long time. Are we ready for it? I would say right from the political dispensation, the kind of direction which has been set, it is to make us ready in terms of what all the future entails. And even the leadership also is working towards that. Rather than India following, India should learn from others' example and lead and have innovative solutions of its own. So, yes, we are working towards being future ready. At present, we are not. There are a lot of things which need to be done. But yes, a lot of transformative changes of which this digital footprint that we are having, that is definitely one which can lead the way. For example, National Common Mobility Card, when we conceived this in 2009, this was a concept which was implemented in some city countries like Singapore or Hong Kong or maybe Taipei, and did not have any other global examples, and thinking of this kind of thing at India level was something which was made fun of. It took 10 years for the country to realize that, and when the Honorable Prime Minister in 2019 unveiled this card, and now RBI has made it, this card mandatory for all RuPay debit cards, and all metros, etc., they are now having their gates, payment systems enabled with NCMC. Because with one card, when we can travel the entire world in terms of credit card, why with one card we cannot travel across all modes of transport to make life of citizens easy? So I think, and all that is possible only through the digital means. So yes, we must think beyond. We should always try to aim what others have not reached before. Technology is something which India is having that kind of, I would say, the know-how in terms of the manpower, the planning that can be done, the companies which are there. So yes, we can be future ready. We can plan for leading the world.
It will be very interesting for the House to know about your experience, the kind of new initiatives that you took as Chairman and Managing Director of Indian Railway Station Development Corporation.
I think you have touched a very interesting topic which is very close to my heart. When I took charge as MD and CEO of Indian Railway Stations Development Corporation and was tasked with transforming all the railway stations across the country, this was something which was being tried for about, I would say, 25 years, and it has not been delivered successfully. And I was told that you will become DRM in a year. Try, if it happens, happens. Otherwise, there is nothing to be worried about. And that is what made me think, even if I have 1 year is a long period in country's history in case if you want to make the change. And we had something which was not even thought of, that is making a 5-star hotel on top of tracks, which we did it in Gandhinagar in partnership with Government of Gujarat. We had Rani Kamalapati, the station which was earlier known as Habibganj. So that was on PPP. So that was also another very innovative concept where we had airport-like experience at railway station. It was very, very difficult to sell these ideas even within the railway fraternity. What to talk of the municipal corporation, state government, and other, I would say, even the construction companies, the funding agencies. So this was a huge challenge to think of something. Yes, there were global examples, but can they be implemented in India where we have brownfield stations? And the gravity of the problem was such, if somebody used to ask me how difficult it is, my one-line answer was, it is as difficult as doing an open heart surgery on an athlete while he's running the marathon. So we were to keep the station running. We were to keep it free from any accident, but still do all the transformation.
I'm talking to somebody who has overcome only the impossibilities in life, especially as a bureaucrat. A bureaucrat who was known as, who doesn't think as a bureaucrat. So I hope that is a compliment. Especially because you have been at the helm of affairs at the Urban Development Ministry. Do you think the long-standing debate between India and Bharat, will digital literacy end that?
I think, again, a very, very pertinent question. And it is the digital connectivity which is going to bridge this gap. Because India and Bharat, one basic distinction, आज की डेट में अभी हम सब लोग इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं, तो हम इंडियन हैं, और मैं अगर हिंदी में बात करूँ तो हम भारतीय हो जाते हैं. So that was one basic, and we have so many mother tongues. How do we converse? Now this digital, all these training languages which are happening, you can converse in any language, you can send message in any language, and you can very comfortably do anything that you want. The government office is not now alien to citizens. It is with the digital public infrastructure, the services being available, digital governance being available, it is becoming inclusive. So I think this connect between India and Bharat, that is rapidly happening. And tier 2, tier 3 cities, now they are showing the path. So I think it is happening at much faster pace than we could think of.
And as we go ahead and as we become, multi-trillion economy, there is also this upsurge that is coming from the hinterland, the rural India, and that is seeing the kind of economic growth which was not seen so far. The second green revolution is, we are witnessing the second green revolution that is again going to be one of the most transformative aspects of the Indian story. When we talk of digital, it is also important how democracy gets strengthened. And when we talk of democracy, it is also about how individual citizens get empowered. And that we have seen in the last 15, 20 years, whether it is through direct bank transfers, how individual, because of the transparency, and how individuals are getting empowered in terms of their services from the government as well as from the corporates. Do you think that we are at a cusp where we will provide that guidance and that lighthouse signal to the rest of the world?
Well, you said you start with impossible, and this was the motto in IRSDC. We used to say that when everybody in the world considers something as impossible, then only we get going. So that was our minimum benchmark, that first you have to declare something is impossible, then give it to us, and then we'll get going. So I'm always very, very optimistic that India has the potential. Yes, it had a lot of latent potential. It was only to be awakened. It was only to be, I would say, coordinated. It was only to be given direction. It was only to be enabled. So I think we are at the cusp. The kind of explosion in terms of empowerment which has happened through digital means, right from the financial inclusion which has happened now, even a house help, anybody who is working. So everybody wants payment digitally. लोग कहते हैं आज भिखमंगे पे पास वो कहता है जी पेटीएम कर दीजिए, ठीक है? So that is the kind of digital inclusion which is there, the information which is available to everybody, how they can be aware of each and every government's schemes, service, their rights, powers. So I think we are at the cusp. Only thing is, as our PM has always been saying, जब तक किसी चीज़ का mass movement नहीं बनता, तब तक उसमें coherence नहीं आती, उतनी energy इकट्ठी नहीं होती, तो change नहीं होता. तो सबको include करना जरूरी है, वो आज की डेट में digital technology के साथ ही संभव है.
Any word of caution that you have?
Yes. बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजी का फ्लिप साइड भी है, और फ्लिप साइड ये है समटाइम्स आपको रियलिटी और वर्चुअल रियलिटी दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस बहुत मार्ड हो जाता है, मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन हो जाता है। अब आज की डेट में एआई क्या क्या चीज़ें नहीं क्रिएट कर सकता, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू आइडेंटिफाई वेदर इट इज़ रियल और इट इज़ made up. So it is trying to change how exactly advertisement is being done, how exactly you can be manipulated in terms of your thinking. You think you are thinking, but the way the social media has been used in terms of affecting voting, etc. There have been some reports. So yes, we have to be cautious of that in terms of what all we are feeding and whether we are able to check the information on.
Would you support a stronger regulatory mechanism, or self-regulation should be enough?
I think it is both, because still many people are not even aware what all the perils are and how they can be used against them. So it is role of both. For rapid expansion, yes, government intervention should be minimum, but when it comes to mass exploitation, which is possible, government involvement becomes a must. So I would say it is both. Regulation is definitely required. We see that privacy laws and all those kind of things which are available in European countries, America, etc. So they are able to protect people's privacy, which at present in India was not that strong enough. So I think regulation and self-regulation both are required.
We are also one of the world's, best startup ecosystem that we have currently. The youth of this country, and they are products of the digital age, and we are sitting on a 5 trillion economy. We are almost there. Do you think we need to change it, or it is moving in the right direction?
I think we are where we are because of what the enablement was provided by the government in terms of letting the things happen, recognizing them, providing the platforms. So I think what is there needs to be further pushed so that we can have more and more startups. In terms of, क्योंकि ये जो जुगाड़ वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, वो भले चाहे आइडिया में हो, प्रोडक्ट में हो, किसी जिसको कहते हैं ना प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने में हो, बिकॉज स्टार्टअप क्या है, यू हैव टू फाइंड अ गैप in terms of what at present is not there and try to find a solution for that. And if you have done it successfully and you have been able to leverage and market it successfully, then it's a huge startup. Because there is a demand. India is the largest market. So there is a demand. If you can meet those gaps well, so then you are a good startup.
If there is one thing that we should be doing differently to make India more digitally enabled, what would that be?
Difficult question. I would let it pass.
Let me say, women's safety and women empowerment is something that is, critical to India's growth, 50% of population, and digital age is now bringing them at par. And I think that is something where that a direction is needed. You have worked with international agencies, you have mentored them. Would that experience and knowledge be helpful in India's context, or India has a different story of its own?
I think you have touched again a very important topic. Equal participation by women, not only equal participation, the safety, etc., the aspects, the kind of flexibility which is required when it comes to the female participation in workforce. So I think digitally all those things are possible, and these are the things which must be pushed further so that we have more and more participation of women in the workforce, because 50% of workforce, if it is not contributing to India's GDP directly. It is doing a lot of contribution indirectly, I would say. It's not that if they are just the homemakers, they are not doing. But then they have huge capacity, and that capacity, if it can be leveraged, so then definitely it will be, we have to not grow in normal progression, we have to grow geometric progression.
So digitally, I think China offers a different model altogether, but it is a non-democratic model. India, we have, instead of contrarian, we have conflicting viewpoints, and that is the beauty and the strength of democracy. But it also creates hurdles. But I think we are on a digital roadmap where we will not be looking backwards anymore. But in terms of countering the Chinese propaganda and the way they have been attacking, there is a cybersecurity aspect, right from power grids to, that is very important, but that would also require some strong norms.
Yes, as I mentioned, because in terms of digital, because if everything is digital, if somebody attacks that, you can actually shut down the entire power system, communication system, everything. Yes, we need to safeguard against that. And India did take, I would say, very important steps when it came 5G technology. What all infrastructure that we'll be having, what we'll be allowing, what we'll not be allowing, because this can actually completely paralyze the entire working of the country. So yes, we have to be very, very conscious of that, and we must safeguard when it comes to putting all those things as digital public infrastructure.
Thank you so much. It was a very enriching discussion with you. The time's up.
Thank you. It has been
Thank you
great.
so much. Such a pleasure. Thank you, Arjun.